everyone. Welcome to This Day. It is Friday, October 21st. Now, we have one meeting to tell you about, and it's this afternoon at 2 o'clock, and it is the United Special Open meeting. And as I mentioned, that's at 2 o'clock, but it will be in the Elm Room as they are still doing some work in the boardroom. All right, on our show today, we have Carol Moore, who is been on our show many times before on behalf of the city of Laguna Woods, but this time she is a candidate for the City Council of Laguna Woods. Then we have our Sports Corner with Cole Young, and then we have Leslie Coretti to learn all about her show, Wellness in the Woods. Let's go ahead and take a look at our weather. Well, as I mentioned, we are cooling down and it's very pleasant out, and we're looking for cooler temperatures as we go into the weekend. So take a look at these numbers: 77, 63. Tomorrow, cloudy all day, 71, 60. Cooler on Sunday, 69, 57. Then we get back up into the high 70s, 76, 57, and 75, 61. If you are traveling, take a look at these numbers. Beaches are looking a little on the chilly side, 68, 60, 68, 60 in San Diego. Santa Barbara, 67, 52. But Palm Springs is a nice 78, 55. Then Tahoe is 40 with an overnight in the 20s. Big Bear, 52, 22. And Mammoth, 45, 14. I'm praying for snow. Las Vegas, 75, 52. So they will have nighttime freezing temperatures for the mountains, so you'll want to be prepared if you're going to be heading up that way. Our sunrise this morning was at 7:01 and sunset will be 6:10. Now, just to keep you informed, we've got the contractor open house coming up next week, Thursday, October 27th. That is put on by the Maintenance and Construction and Manor Alteration Division staff. For more information on that, please call 949-597-4616. Okay, when we come back, we'll hear from Carol Moore, so stick around.
Do you want to learn more about money and investments? Do you wish there was a safe place to get all your financial questions answered? Well, now there is. The Financial Forum Club meets with a group of your peers in an educational setting that's informal and fun. We discuss and exchange ideas on today's topics and trends on markets and investments. The club meets the last Tuesday of every month at Clubhouse 5, Room 1 from 3 to 5 p.m. Come see what the Financial Forum is all about. Get all your financial questions answered by experts. You'll be glad you did.
Did you hear the big news? The FDA announced the over-the-counter hearing aid program. It's been 6 years in the making. And what does that mean to you if you wear hearing aids or if you're thinking about wearing hearing aids for the first time? Most people are asking themselves, what is an over-the-counter hearing aid? Would it work for me? Where do I get them to try? How much do they cost? For over 40 years, Advanced Ear Care has been helping answer questions just like this. Call us today and find out more. And remember, tell them Stuart sent you.
Are you or someone you know facing financial challenges from unexpected emergency expenses? The foundation of Laguna Woods Village can provide the temporary help you need. Meals on Wheels, adult day services, dental services, medical alert services, and ambulance contracts. Contact the Village Social Services at 949-597-4267 to see if you qualify. Neighbors helping neighbors. The mission of the foundation of Laguna Woods Village.
Hi, remember us?
We're back,
Christine and Jack from the Jewelry Box.
which is now the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers.
Relocated in a new spot in our old shopping center.
But we're still Orange County's preeminent buyer of gold, jewelry, watches, and flatware.
And we're still a full jewelry repair center. And with our 3 graduate gemologists, we're still here to appraise your special pieces.
And like always, at the Jewelry Box Estate Buyers,
It's about trust.
Welcome back. Well, as I mentioned, we have Carol Moore here, who is now a candidate for the Laguna Woods City Council. Well, welcome, Carol. Nice to see you again.
Good morning.
And I know you've been on our show many times updating us on the city of Laguna Woods, and I know you guys are in the process of completing your library, which you were very instrumental in. And tell me a little bit about the library and, why is it important for our city to have that kind of library?
Okay, I think it's good to understand that there are actually two libraries. There's the library within the village, and of course the new library that the city is constructing, and they have different purposes, and there is a need for both of them. The city library is a part of the Orange County Public Library System, which is a very large system. It's over 100 years old, by the way. A few cities in the county have their own libraries, but most are part of the Orange County Public Library System.
Right.
And that system, I think I mentioned this before, there are more than, I think, like 1.6 million items available to people. It's a much more efficient way for the circulation of books, because books, we read them and then we sometimes go back and reread. I've reread 2 years before the Mass several times, but usually we don't. We go on to the next book that's out there and we want to read that one. So the Orange County Public Library is very efficient in the sense that all the members of the library interchange those books. And book clubs particularly like to have lots of copies, and so we can provide that through the Orange County Public Library System.
Right.
For one library to buy multiple copies and then have them on the shelf is pretty much a waste. And this way they are interchanged with all the other libraries. So that's just one of the main purposes.
Yeah, and the other thing is that you guys are also building a space where you can have meetings, which is nice because it's an outdoor space, and we always have, I wouldn't say we always do, but we do have weather that would pertain to having something outside, so it's very nice.
I think it's that, and I think with the change that we have, we often prefer not to be in larger crowds, and we prefer to be out of doors when we can. I'm an outdoors person, so that particularly appeals to me. We're going to have that access to that because there is a small room that's right next to being constructed right next to the library. The library, by the way, will be, the employees and all the materials in there will be Orange County Public Library materials and their staff.
Okay.
And that room will be available. And then the outdoor area, we're really excited to have that area paved because that will be an outside area available for use too.
Okay, excellent. Now, how long have you been on the city council?
I was elected in, I think it was 2014.
Okay, and then you've been a resident how long?
About 17 years.
Oh, so a long time.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is it important for a city to be financially stable?
Oh, wow, that's a good one. Cities have a lot of challenges, and they're not funded at all the same as an HOA. The city's funding, in our case, our funding, usually it comes from their commercial taxes and from property taxes. And there's some other sources of revenue too from the, we get some money from the recorder's office and so forth. I'm sorry, what was the question again? Because it had to do, you were asking me the difference
Just
or what?
financial stability.
Why it's important. Okay, our city is an interesting city in the sense that we have the lowest average income of the whole county when you average the income, because we have people that retired and we're living longer, and of course inflation, and if your money doesn't grow at least equal with inflation, then you face some very severe challenges. But we also have one of the best managed financially, financially healthy cities in the county. And that's pretty interesting. And the reason for that, pardon me, is the management of the funds, because it's not really in life. We keep thinking if we just made a little bit more money, life would be better. That's true to a degree, but really it's how you manage the money that you earn.
Right.
You will find that throughout life, and it's certainly true with the city. It's important for the city to be financially healthy because cities can actually go bankrupt.
Oh, yeah.
And we have a few cities that, in fact, even leading into that, LAFCO, an agency that is that I don't want to say manages, but their responsibility is to review the health of cities, is called an MSR, a municipal service review.
Okay.
They review cities periodically to make sure that we know how healthy they are and where they should be going. And we happen to be in the middle of one of those, by the way.
Okay.
So,
okay.
And we are healthy.
Excellent. Now, the city has been very instrumental, as I mentioned, the library. There have been other projects, and I know that the dog park was one of them, and we have a little video. We're going to show that right now.
Right, sure. Okay. Hi, this is Carol Moore, current mayor of the city of Laguna Woods. I'm standing in front of our old dog park area, which is going to be removed and re-landscaped, and it will be the same attractive landscape that you see on the other side of our new dog park. Please vote for Carol Moore and Ed Tao. And it will be re-landscaped to of the same standard of the material that you saw further down.
Yeah.
That area, I think it's quite attractive, and it's a nice path for people who like to take a walk. So that's another project in the process.
Why is it important for us to elect you back onto the council?
Well, obviously, I would have a personal reason for that, but I think it's helpful if the people that are on the council have experience. I think when for example, when we had the shooting, I'm aware of and have relationships with our neighboring cities, and they immediately contacted us and offered their support, and we were certainly pleased with that. Understanding, it takes a while to understand how the city works because we aren't the same as an HOA at all. Our funding is different, and our responsibilities and our relationship with the county. So those are some of the reasons.
Excellent, and you have lots of experience. And then what are some things that you would like to do going forward with the city if you are elected?
Okay, I think obviously we want to finish the library. We also finish our landscaping. I think those are the big ones, and also maintain our challenges, our financial challenges, and we're doing well, but our financial challenges are always with the service, and that would be with the fire and with the Orange County Sheriff's, because we're a contract city, and as most of the South Orange County cities are. So I think our challenge is to work to maintain that relationship, because that's a critical one. Those are both critical.
Right, and one thing that I know you guys are working on is the additional fire station, which I think is a really great move.
Yes, and we had a town hall on that to explain to the community, and many of the directors came. That was really helpful because they understand where it's located. It's a second fire station. It's not replacing 22. 22 is a very busy fire station. It'll take some of the burden off that fire station, and it will be located just below, it's in the park area behind the Ayers Hotel. It's not very far from here, but it's further down. It won't affect we're very sensitive to the Ayers Hotel, what they see out their window and what the noise that they might encounter. It's not going to affect them because it's further down in that park, and it'll be right there on Moulton.
All right.
And we won't require another signal either. So we'll be using the two, and those will be automatically, go into action if there were a response. And so we don't require another station, but we will have to have an opening there for the trucks to come out.
Perfect.
The truck.
The truck. All right. Thank you so much for the information, and good luck to you.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And remember that voting is coming up. It's right around the corner for the City Council of Laguna Woods. And Carol Moore can be reached at the City of Laguna Woods. We'll be right back.
Welcome back to this Friday's installment of Sports Corner. I'm Cole Young, and between the start of two major sports, the ending of another, and all the news coming out from the middle of the biggest sport, I have a whole lot to cover. Starting with the NFL, we have reached Week 7 of the regular season. Yet again, we were treated to some incredible finishes, including in 2 of the primetime games. Even though the Monday night matchup between the Broncos and Chargers was low scoring and very defense heavy, fans will rarely complain about a game that goes into overtime. There were a few big upsets, like the Pittsburgh Steelers shocking the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Atlanta Falcons handedly taking down the 49ers. On top of that, the New York Jets continued their hot streak and won at Lambeau against the Packers. The Jets are not the only team in the state of New York to be on a roll. The Jets are sitting at 4-2 and are thriving with head coach Robert Saleh and second-year quarterback Zach Wilson, but I'd argue that they're the third best team in their state. The Buffalo Bills, the team I predicted to make it to the Super Bowl this year, look like the best team in the NFL by far. This was solidified after Josh Allen and the Bills defeated the juggernaut Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. The Bills are currently 5-1 and look like they can and will beat everybody. And the last team from New York, the Giants. Giants are also sitting at 5-1 after upsetting the Baltimore Ravens on Sunday. New head coach Brian Daboll has completely revamped this franchise, and despite the doubters, they continue to win. Although the New York teams are pushing for the top spots in the NFL, no team has yet to bring down the Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles remain undefeated headed into their bye this week, and not only that, but Philly might be the most dominant sports town at the moment. More on that later. For now, it's time for my weekly picks. I had a subpar week last week, going 2-2 and bringing my overall record to 13-7. But hopefully this week I can return to my former glory. Here are my 4 winners. The Green Bay Packers to bounce back and win against the struggling Commanders, the New York Giants to keep the train rolling against Jacksonville, the Raiders to pick up a win against the Texans, and the New England Patriots to win in primetime against the Chicago Bears. Now, as I mentioned, Philadelphia is looking like a powerhouse for sports. The Eagles are undefeated, the Flyers are off to a 3-0 start, and the Phillies are the team to beat in the MLB playoffs. But the Phillies are currently facing off against our local team, the San Diego Padres, for a spot in the World Series. The Padres shocked the world over the weekend when they eliminated the best team in baseball, the LA Dodgers. The Padres entered Saturday up 2-1 over the Dodgers, then went down 3-0 in the bottom of the 7th inning, and then the Padres would score 5 unanswered runs to win the series. Game 1 of the new series between the Padres and the Phillies took place on Tuesday, and the Phillies jumped out to a 1-0 lead after winning the game 2-0. Game 2 was on Wednesday afternoon, and the Padres evened the series after winning in a highly scoring contest 8-5. Game 3 is today at 4:30 p.m., with games 4 and 5 happening on Saturday and Sunday. On the other side of the bracket, the Yankees and Astros are battling it out to earn their spot in the World Series. Game 2 is on Thursday, and games 3 and 4 will also be on Saturday and Sunday. Be sure to watch all the baseball this weekend, as we are down to just 4 teams remaining and quickly approaching the World Series. The NBA tipped off on Tuesday night, and the Lakers squared off against reigning champions, the Golden State Warriors. Lakers stars LeBron James and Anthony Davis performed well, but the team's collective 25% three-point shooting was not enough to take down the Warriors. It's a long season, but the Lakers didn't look their best in the season opener. There's basketball every single day now, so be sure to catch at least a couple games. There's playoff baseball every day this weekend, NBA basketball every day, NFL on Sunday and Monday, college football, and so much more to enjoy. I keep saying it, but it really is the best time of year for sports. Tune in to Sports Corner next Friday to get all the latest updates and scores from all over the sports world. I'm Cole Young. Have a great weekend.
Welcome back, where we have Leslie Coretti here on behalf of her show, Wellness in the Woods. Well, welcome, Leslie. Nice to see you.
Yes, nice to see you again after all of the long COVID period that we've been through. And we're out and about.
We've had some exchanges on Zoom, which is great. Now I know that you are at this desk, but reverse seats.
Yeah.
So you host Wellness in the Woods.
I do.
It's been a show that's been on our station for quite some time, so it's probably been a long time since we've actually talked to you about the show. Mm-hmm. Why did you decide to have the show?
Well, actually, the show already existed, and I was not the host. Originally, Katerina was the host of the show, and she had been interviewing different doctors and people, for I don't know how long, a long time.
Okay.
And then kind of we passed the baton, and she was not feeling, well at that time. Mm-hmm. And so basically that's how I became the spokesperson for Wellness in the Woods.
Right. And then I know you do events and things like that, which we'll talk about one later.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're hosting, it's not easy to get the content, right? I mean, you have to do a lot of work behind the scenes.
Oh, yeah.
So tell me some things that you have to do to make that show happen.
Oh, well, every single show is a challenge.
Yes.
Because not only do you need to get the speaker but you have to remember, all the things that you want to talk about. Previously I was talking about everybody in the village who was doing something with health. So I was researching what every club was doing.
Oh.
Now it's a lot easier because of, we're just getting back into our normal routines. But I was doing cooking, and we were actually trying to figure out what would be a quick, easy recipe to do. So besides just hosting, interviewing, finding the speakers.
Right.
I was also figuring out the recipes, what to do. I mean,
it's a lot of work, isn't it?
It's a lot of work.
And I think a lot of people forget.
Preparation.
They forget that. I mean, they figure we just kind of show up, we do our show, and then we leave. Oh, no.
Oh, no.
Because the minute you leave, you then have to go start the next day or the next show, in your case.
Right.
I mean, for us, it's every day. But for you, it's every month, right?
Yes,
So
yes.
you still have to do an awful lot of research, like you said. And then when it comes to that day, you have to make sure you've got everything for your recording of the show. So.
Right, and do you bring everything with you? And
Exactly.
you don't forget something.
Exactly. We were showing some clips of your show, and then maybe you can tell me, I know you've sat down with doctors and psychiatrists and psychologists, and do you find that, is there any one particular genre that you like best that you interview?
No, because for me, it's a lot of fun to meet different people. And because I've lived all over the world and been in contact with so many different cultures, it doesn't bother me at all jumping from one area to another.
Right.
So for me, it's just all exciting.
And you don't just focus on Western technology. I mean, you do
No.
other types of care as well, or,
Yes.
or it's not necessarily medical, but alternative.
Yes, alternative. I love to present at our health fairs things that are alternative, like homeopathic, or nutritional. I mean, we do a lot of work, and I try to get people to understand that food is your best medicine.
Yes, it is. And oftentimes we don't really know which food to eat and which food will bring us the nutrients that our body needs. So that's great that you do that. So let's talk about one of your events that's coming up. It's a Healthy Brain Expo. And what will you be covering during that?
Well, on this particular one, we have a special guest from Hogue, and he's going to be talking about risk factors, not only of dementia, but cognitive impairment.
Okay, that's a good one, because lots of people are going through that.
Well, November is National Healthy Brain Month.
Oh, good.
Yes, so that's why we do this event always in November, because we're going along with the national, holiday, or not actually holiday, awareness, yes, national awareness, yes.
Good, and then tell me about the event itself. Who you said a doctor from Hogue?
Yes, that will be Erin Ritter. Okay. And then we have Dr. Cheryl Alvarez, who is absolutely fantastic. I mean, we had her on the show, maybe in March, I believe. And she is incredible. She is such a down-to-earth. She really gets her message across. She doesn't use these words that are all that people don't understand. She's really down to earth, and she gets the job done. And everyone will be sitting in the audience saying, oh yeah, really, yeah.
Oh, that's good. Now, you obviously have presentations. Will people be able to ask questions?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. We will give at least 10 minutes of time after each speaker for questions, so that they can ask directly to the doctor the question.
Perfect.
In person.
Okay, good. And do we have to register for that?
I would always love it if they did, but if they don't, it's quite all right.
Okay.
My whole premise is come and, enjoy.
Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then let's do one last thing.
Yes.
Tell me when Wellness in the Woods is on our village television.
Oh, Wellness is the way. Every Thursday at 1 o'clock.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, every Thursday at 1 o'clock.
All right, excellent. I also think it's on Sundays at 6.
Oh, it's Sundays and 6 too?
I think so. So Thursdays at 1 and Sundays at 6. So
okay.
Excellent. Well, thank you so much for the information.
Well, thank you for letting me know.
Of course. And good luck to you on your show.
All right, not a problem. Thank you so much.
All right. And if you want more information about Wellness in the Woods, of course, you can always RSVP to the event at the website that we're showing you on our screen. We'll be right back.
Now at LA Carpet & More, you can transform your old bath into a new walk-in bathtub or shower in as little as 2 days. Plus, save 50% off and get 5 years 0% financing. It's easy, affordable, and fast. With 35 years in business and serving over 300,000 satisfied customers. Call 800-684-4100 for an appointment or visit one of our showrooms.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
The California Attorney General, Ron Bonta, issued a consumer alert on hearing aids sold over the counter or online. Quote, while hearing aids sold online or over the counter may appear to be more cost effective than traditional hearing aids, they may not properly address your particular hearing loss needs, or they may be outright scams. He goes on to say, get checked by a licensed hearing professional and beware of misleading claims. Call Advanced Ear Care today for answers on over-the-counter hearing aids and options. Tell them Stuart sent you.
Who is RadNet? You've probably heard our name and seen our commercials, but you still might not know who we are. RadNet is the largest provider of outpatient imaging services in the United States, with over 8,000 employees and almost 400 imaging centers in 7 states. Likely, if you have had diagnostic imaging, you have experienced RadNet's high-quality, cost-effective imaging services. With 35 years of expertise, RadNet is leading into the future with advanced technology and the very latest AI technology. We are positioned for the future of healthcare. RadNet, leading radiology forward.
Village Television presents Friday Films, only on Village Television. Fridays at 2 and 6 p.m. Foreign films, dramas, and comedies. Award-winning films, romance and mystery. Independent films. Every Friday, only on Village Television.
Our Friday Films movie today is called Ex Machina, and it is very, very spacey and interesting. And it makes you think at the end of the movie, is that for real? So you'll check that out today at 2 p.m. with subtitles and 6 p.m. without, brought to you by Providence Mission Hospital. Real quick, let's take a look at our local weather. We are looking at nice temperatures today and through the weekend. We are going to have cloudy skies tomorrow, Saturday, but the temperatures are looking pretty good. 77, 63, 71, 60, 69, 57, 76, 57, and 75, 61. Have a great day in the Village. We'll see you again tomorrow morning right here on Village Television at 9 a.m. Bye-bye.
Hi folks, this is Dan O'Weiler with Sterling Financial Advisors. We've been around for a long time, been on ThisDay with Lisa, and just wanted you to know that we're still in business, even through the pandemic. We still have the opportunity to now meet with people individually in person, and we'd like to invite you to give us a call if it would make some sense. If you're doing some planning for retirement, please give us a call. We'll be happy to meet with you. Thanks so much.
Hi there, I'm Bob Eubanks. Remember me? I'm the king of whoopee. And you're watching Village Television. But everybody does.